Hello there, dear YouTubers. My name is King1993, and today I want to talk about another character within this game. Now, truth to be told, I do not know what happened to this character called Yvette because this season she is actually doing very bad. And then eventually I found out what the reason was. So let's go to this training section and then I will be able to explain it properly there. Okay. So Yvette is basically a POS member. Basically speaking, you will be able to get her most of the time on the blue team only. Her main weapon is basically a submachine gun, and uh, in terms of invisibility, the grenade that I would prefer for this character would be a smoke grenade for hiding properly. Let's say the enemy suddenly attacks you, and the first thing you can do is use a smoke grenade if you're out of any other ammos or something. So that's basically it. Now let's start here. Okay, why I wanted to say okay there is something changed about this character because in season 2 I re-evaluated the character multiple times. Okay, so last year last season in season 2 her overall damage output was actually higher, but now even with the highest amount of damage output it is not the same anymore. Okay, so allow me to explain. So maximum should be about 800 for a decent damage output. Okay, and now it is 704. It was 800 but now it is 704. So is that bad? The answer is yes. How? So if I were to compare this one and give her the same capability as Yvette, let's see what happens. Okay, slightly lower. Definitely something changed. This Michelle character used to have 800. Now it is 720 maximum. So I guess the problem that happened was the overall damage output has gotten a much lower. So that's the whole issue there. Now, why is that a main issue? The main issue is because I will eventually show you later that the overall, if a weapon's damage output is lower, you will need more bullet, and more bullet mean more time spending in shooting the enemy while the enemy is taking low amount of damage. That is problematic. So the first thing I'll be doing is to give you guys a demonstration of her accuracy. Her accuracy is good enough, not the best but good enough. Okay, enemy dead. Enemy dead. Okay, so just a moment ago I tried this and now it is not happening. It's basically like a 50-50 chance of your enemy will be able to die by the hand of this character, but the thing is you will eventually run out of bullet while you are trying to shoot for a long range. So when it comes to long range or even mid range battle, don't try to use this character, otherwise you are not going to be able to survive in the long run. Okay, now after this is done, the main question we should be asking is okay, what is this character capable of? So let's see the capability of this character. So this character has a teddy bear. So in this teddy bear form, once you enter this, okay, you can use the snow 2 times, and while you are using the snow you can make the enemy fly if they are in the path. Okay, now another thing I just realized right now, that while you are using this bear in the dash mode, you can stay out of the dash mode and the bear will still perform its job. So overall I would say that this is a trick that I didn't know, but it is a good trick. Okay, now after all of this is done, another thing you can do with the bear is to see how this bear will act. Okay, for example, how should you be using this bear? Now here's the thing, if you think like okay you don't want to control the bear but you want to use the bear, you can use the bear as a barrier and you can shoot in between them, but your chances of hitting the enemy is actually not very good because you cannot shoot them, and as a result you cannot aim where the enemy might be going. So from that point of perspective, it is a double sword. You will get protected but you won't be able to know where you are gonna able to be shoot the enemy. So this is not a very good idea. Okay, so this is that, and this is the ultimate. So what does the ultimate do? Wherever this white bear lands, it creates a certain area, and wherever this area is, it will extend up to 3 times. So whoever is in this area, what will happen is they will overall do less damage, their movement will go down, and their fire rate will go down, everything will go down. So that's basically uh, what should I call it, enemy debuff. So this character ultimate is basically enemy debuff, nothing more and nothing less. Now after all of this is done, the question is, okay, what are these capable of, and what is her passive? Her passive is if you do not move for a certain period of time, she will become invisible. Now there was a certain change happen. For example, the certain change is she still becomes invisible. Invisibility remains to distance enemy, and as the enemy gets closer, she will get gradually visible. Okay, she will not get visible instantly, gradually. Okay, so that's basically how she is going to perform right now. Okay, now she is basically a controller of the battlefield. That is, she doesn't provide support or DPS related. So for a controller, I think this is the weakest one, because if I were to talk about other controllers such as Madalena, Madalena is top tier. Okay, so if I were to talk about let's say this one here, Madalena, she is actually a top tier. Anyone who uses her, I am afraid of them, but I am not afraid of anyone who uses EVT anymore. I used to, but not now anymore. Okay, so let's see what happens with this. So you will get one more dash. So this cold thing you see here, cold meter, 3 cold meter, it was 2, right? Now it is 3. So that's basically nothing more. Now what can you do with this cooldown? In this cooldown, you can use the teddy bear multiple times within the shortest time period. So you would rather go with this one, because every time you die, you still need. It depends on which one you are talking about. If you are talking about demolition match, then obviously go with this one. Rest of the other go with this one. Now stealth entry speed. Basically speaking, after movement, you want to enter this stealth mode as much as possible. So it is a lot more like related to passive. So her passive basically works within a certain area. For example, the passive has been activated, right? So I can move a little bit at a time. By moving little bit at a time, I can still maintain my invisibility. Okay, so what does this mean? This is a massive buff, I guess. Because before she would just become visible. Now you can move slowly. Okay, you can move slowly, and you're still not become visible. That is a top tier legend. Okay, now armor is basically light armor, fast recovery, and a lot more string fight damage. Okay, so after all of this has been selected, the question remains is what are these capable of doing? So ice burst, what does this do? Faye explores upon disappearing. So Faye is this teddy bear. So upon disappearing, that thing explodes and slowing enemy and leaving icy surface. Okay, now what is happening right now? Faye is in automatic mode. So in automatic mode, Faye basically charges towards the enemy, snowball effect on impact, damaging enemies, and forming icing. So this is only available in escort mission and demolition mission. So it is not possible for me to use it here, because even in team deathmatch, I don't have the ability to use any of these extra other capability, only these 4. Now what about this one? Okay, let me give another demonstration. So let's say I use my Faye. Okay, and let's see what happens if I were to put it here. That bear is gonna attack automatically. I think that bear basically attacks one enemy 2 times. Okay, it doesn't attack one enemy 2 times. I'm sorry. I think that they changed the mechanism a little bit, because before it would attack one enemy 2 times, but now it seems to like it constantly changes character of which enemy is nearby. So I think this is a very good update. So in escort mission and in demolition mission, this is a very good update. Okay, now what about grizzly charge? Automatically Faye will automatically seek out charge at visible enemies within range, forming ice. Okay, so this is the one that was happening. So if I were to use this one, this is the one that was happening. But what about this? Okay, what about this? Okay, so in this mode, okay, so sorry about that, that was awakening 3, this is awakening 2. So in this mode, if I were to shoot at the enemy will take short amount of damage, but they will eventually take health damage also. So it is not actually very good, but it is still gonna be able to produce a large field of ice which will become slippery for the enemy. So yeah, it is still beneficial. So this character is mostly for control, but her control is not the best compared to Madalena. And Madalena is basically overpowered at the moment. Okay, compared to that, this one is nothing. I have seen Madalena's power. It is way too much problematic, way too much trouble, way too much good for the enemy or for my team as well. If the Madalena were to be on my team, so you can probably guess why I'm saying that EVT is not that good in that regard. Now, all of this is done. So when I said when it comes to the grenade, I would definitely go for a windstorm grenade for escort mission, and a windstorm grenade and a frag grenade, I think, should be used for demolition mission. So this is normally my take on every character. But because this character is able to hide, I don't think you would need a smoke grenade if you're hidden properly. So at first I thought, okay, maybe she needs to hide properly, which is why a smoke grenade is useful. But no, you don't need that anymore. So this is basically how it goes. But overall, in terms of gameplay, I had the horrible time using this character. What do I mean by that? Well, allow me to explain. So when it comes to match history, if I were to show you the match history, you'll see that this is the only one. What happens was I was with this guy, and he suddenly put me in the escort mission. As a result, there was escort mission. I'm not into escort mission anymore. Escort mission is a lot more troublesome. Anyway, so this was the best I can do. While I was doing my best, I was still unable to get a good damage or anything out of this character. Why is that? If I were to do the replay, you will eventually understand what is happening. So unlike any of the other characters that I have extremely fun playing, I do not have fun playing EVT. What is the reason behind that? The reason behind that is EVT has lost her overall damage output. So that is one of the problem. Second problem is because she is overall doing less damage, and because her accuracy is very low, you will need to be very near the enemy, and her main job is basically control of the land, turning them all of them into ice. So if I were to talk it from that point of perspective, then I will definitely say this character, if you don't want to do damage to the enemy and just want to stay nearby your teammate side, then I think this is a very good idea. For example, see, why is the teddy bear so much wobbly? Okay, why is the teddy bear so much wobbly? I do not understand. Like, it was like extremely slow. This was my mistake. So let's move on. Extremely slow. Now you will definitely see that I'll be doing some acrobat here and eventually still get some kill. But compared to the easy kill I get using other characters, that I eventually understood that this one is not good for me. So I tried this character yesterday up to 10 times. I was keep on getting killed or losing the fight. Got frustrated and eventually understood that maybe yesterday there was a lot of pro players. Maybe that's why it happened. So I'll play again today. Same result. I did not got a single MVP when I played this character, whereas I can easily get MVP when I play majority of the other characters. So if you were to ask me, okay, so what does this mean? This means if you're a beginner, this is not a good character for you. If you are a intermediate player, this is still not a very good character for you. If you are a advanced player, you will know many tricks and ways to win the fight, but don't expect to get MVP easily. I'm not saying this character is bad, you should not use this character. I'm saying This character is so much difficult to use that I would prefer not to use this character if I just don't want to destroy my keyboard. I am saying that, okay? So that much I hate it. So if you are a beginner or intermediate player, don't use this character. Majority of the fight, you'll lose the fight, okay? If you are seeing that you are compared to your teammates, you are very good, then it means you're a pro player. That is completely different. You will see majority of the time while you are using this character is you are not going to be getting MVP majority of the time, because in order to get MVP majority of the time using this character, you have to be extremely close to the enemy and need to kill them enemy in the short to mid range area. All of the kill that I have gotten, you will see that it was done into the short range to mid range, and some lucky kills, okay? For example, here, like I didn't knew that I was gonna be able to kill these two sniper, because these two sniper are very good sniper, except it depends on the people. So the people who were using these two characters, they are not good, which is why I was able to kill both of them. So this is a killing streak, so you can definitely see that I was able to do a good kill. But at the end of the day, the amount of points that I have gotten using this character is not worth it. So uh, where is it? Okay, so this match was about 6 minutes, so it should be over right now. So 2 more minutes. So in case if you're wondering, okay, why is this video regarding this gameplay short, or regarding this character short? When you see that they have very limited KIT kit, then it means either they are going to be extremely good or they are going to be extremely bad. If they have high kit, okay, KIT kit, then it depends on how you use them. If they have high KIT kit, then it means that you will be able to use them in many various way, which is going to be a lot more beneficial for you. But if their beneficiality is basically stuck with a limited 1-2 promises only, then that itself becomes a problem. For example, Nobunaga, for some reason, they made Nobunaga extremely powerful, like one hit shot survivability, like will be able to survive even with a sniper attack. And Nobunaga is also capable of doing smooth shooting even at mid, close, and even long range, and can do scope and without scope killing. And Nobunaga's ultimate is way too much powerful for his one dimensional capability. Like whoever made Nobunaga, they basically made him overpower. So that's basically how it goes. So eventually this fight is gonna end, and all I'm gonna say that this fight was not worth it. You'll eventually see that despite me doing all of this acrobat and trying to kill the enemy at the short range, you will eventually see that I'm still gonna be able to not get a very good point. So I was basically in the maybe 8 ranking in the gameplay. Here it is gonna end right now. So why did this happen? This happened because her overall damage output has gotten down. Okay, this is point number 1. Point number 2 is her submachine gun weapon is unloaded very fast. As a result, you will not get proper kill, and even if you were to get a proper kill, it's gonna waste a lot of your bullets on the sides because of low accuracy. So because of this reason, okay, I was not at 8, I was at 1 2 3 4 5. I was at the 5th position. So I thought I was here. So anyway, so when I was using Yvette, or I do not know how to pronounce her name properly, I got extremely frustrated to the point that I stopped the gameplay and then started again today while I'm doing so, and eventually played with Nobunaga. So I eventually got high score, majority of the time MVP. So this probably gives you guys an idea of why not all characters are good. Okay, now let's talk about the aesthetics. I have talked about the overall mechanic wise. I would say this is not worth it. Like, I have done season 1. In season 1, I would definitely say any beginner in season 1 will say this and that, etc. But it's not true. Season 1 player myself, I would say that I was a bad EVT player. In season 2, I think in season 2 she was better. But in season 3 right now, me as a semi-pro player level, I will definitely tell you that for some reason she has downgraded a lot. Okay, now let's talk about her skin. So in terms of her skin, I'll not talk about this rare and refine, their waste of time. Okay, I will definitely talk about this one. So this one is good. You will definitely need to spend real world money in order to get this one, and it has various effect. You can basically get a lot more, many coloration. One thing they did properly is they didn't change her eye color. Like hair color, okay, you can change, but not the eye color. Okay, this is the normal one where basically she is in the battlefield and overworked or something, and then this and this and this and this. Okay, so if you were to ask me, okay, which one is my favorite, I would say this is my favorite. But you need to get it in some other way. Okay, cognitive reconstruct is basically where you need to get them from somewhere around here. Okay, here it is. Reconstruct area. This is basically where you would be getting her. Okay, so overall, what is my conclusion? My conclusion is, don't use her if you are new, and if you do not mind losing a lot of fight with this character, then use it. Otherwise don't. So if you like this video, I know it is a grim type, then please give like and subscribe and click the bell notification icon, because in my next video I will be talking about Nobunaga and why he is the goat even now, and I think they made this character overpowered. Okay, so goodbye, stay safe, and see you again next time.